Evan Blake about to go one-on-one with Jay Genocide. He's sensing it, the shark is smelling blood in the water. Going for the dive, and gets hit with the double knees. What's that? We have some sort of masked man making his way into the ring. Right through the wood.
I was attacked after my match. I'm calling you out. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final episode of Next Level Backyard Wrestling, where we're going to be crowning our first and final NLBW champion in a 2-round tournament featuring Jay Genocide versus Nick Partisan and the long-awaited rematch between Ghost and Evan Blake. In all of NLBW's history, we have failed to crown a champion, and we're not going to go out before we do. So let's not waste any more time in getting down to the ring, where we're going to see Nick Partisan go one-on-one with Jay Genocide in our first match of the day. Jay Genocide has yet to face defeat here in NLBW, but he has also yet to face an opponent with the sheer strength of Nick Partisan.
Coming home with me, huh? Yeah. It might not have a voice, but I can tell you that is coming home with me.
No, it's not funny.
There's something to say too, huh? I'm telling you, that's coming home with
So
me.
I have received word that Nick Partisan is not in the area right now. Nobody has seen him, and if he's not able to make it to the ring by the time the ref reaches his 10 count, the match will be thrown to Jay Genocide. It's unfortunate that Nick Partisan was not able to get here on time, but if he can't get to the ring, this title is not going to wait for him. It is very uncharacteristic that Nick Partisan would not make it here today. Despite what you may think of him, the guy is a fighter, he's a competitor. It's weird that he would pass up on this opportunity. That's it.
Thank you.
Jay Genocide has been declared your winner, so I guess
Really?
momentarily we
It's
will
that easy, huh?
proceed
It's just that
to
easy?
our second match of the day, the match that everybody has been waiting for. This is such a shame that it had to go down this way. We're
just
going to
go sit
try
down
to
next
get
to it.
you an
Yeah, might as
update
well, huh?
before the conclusion of this show as to the whereabouts
I'll
of
even
Nick
light a smoke and
Partisan.
everything, huh? How about that? Yeah, that's right. Cut.
Either way, we are not going to dwell on it for too long. That is what it's all about, people. Today, we are going to be crowning our first ever NLBW champion, and the winner of the following match will go on to face Jay Genocide. This has to give Jay Genocide a clear advantage going into the finals. Here it is. We have fan favorite Evan Blake fired up and ready for a fight. As always, he's about to go out there and face the man who has made his life hell over the past year in Ghost. You gotta remember that the last time these two men faced each other, it did not work out so well for Evan Blake. He was ganged up on and put through a table. He suffered contusions to the ribs that kept him out of action for a while. This has got to be a big moment for him, a big moment of payback, an opportunity to get his hands on the man who has cost him so much opportunity since the inception of NLBW. I have been ensured that this match will go down differently, that there will not be the same type of interference that there was last time. Jay Genocide will not be getting involved. If he does, he will lose his opportunity to go into the finals, and Evan Blake has personally assured me that there will be no interference in this match. He has taken out some insurance. Whether that is Murder Club or not, I can't say, but I know for sure that Evan Blake has Brandon the Bullet watching his back tonight. This is very ominous. Ghost has only competed in one other match in NLBW, and that was against Evan Blake, where he scored a pinfall victory over Evan Blake. Whether you like it or not, it's the reality. Ghost has the advantage going into this match, at least a mental advantage over Evan Blake, who is very fired up over this whole thing, perhaps reckless. As you can see, Jay Genocide stands at ringside, ready to see who he's going to be facing in the finals. Ghost and Genocide have some kind of a friendship or alliance going on. It's hard to say. All I know is that both men have a mutual respect for one another. Both men also have victories over Evan Blake, making Evan Blake the underdog in this tournament.
Yeah, come on.
These two men are finally about to go at it one-on-one. Oh, shit! I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but it appears that Evan Blake has incapacitated our official. In reality, he should have been doing that to Ghost, but I get what he's doing here. Knock out the official, anything goes. These guys going outside early, gonna take full advantage. The referee is going to hopefully get up at some point. Hopefully we can get somebody out there to check on him. These guys are gonna take full advantage of the no rules environment that they are now in. Evan Blake made the decision to start this. I hope he's prepared to finish it. This is for the chance to go into the finals and fight for the NLBW Championship. And is there going to be anybody left to face Jay Genocide once these two are through with each other? These warriors are making their way across the field of battle. Evan Blake's head bouncing off of that wood. Ghost appears to have gained the early advantage in this matchup. This may not have been the best idea by Blake. He has a history of bringing out things only to have them used against him. This strategy of knocking out the referee could easily be turned against him if he does not step his game up soon. Dropping the table right on the back and head of Evan Blake. You can see by the way he swaggers around, Ghost is comfortable in this environment. He's brought out the chair. What's he gonna do with that? Is he gonna take a seat? He's gonna have Evan Blake take a seat. Oh, dropping Evan Blake's head onto the chair with that DDT. So we've taken a look over at our referee, and he appears to still be out cold right now. We don't know how long he's going to be out. Evan Blake getting rolled in the ring right now and attempting a pin, that is useless until the referee wakes up. So this is the time for Ghost to stay on Evan Blake and to continue inflicting damage. And Evan Blake has to step his game up or he is a goner. What's he got planned here? This Ghost, this guy has no signs of compassion. This guy's not a good man. I would like to be... Oh, Evan Blake getting thrown through the table. Can somebody check on him? Oh, look at those eyes. There is nothing behind those right now. Evan Blake is just facing damage after damage. There's nothing to stop Ghost right now. Somebody get out there and check on Evan Blake for Christ's sake. This is supposed to be a wrestling match and it's turned into a massacre. Ghost is not... Oh, Evan Blake with the boot to the stomach. I know I'm supposed to remain objective here, but kick his ass, Evan Blake. After all those times that he has screwed Blake over, Ghost deserves this. It's finally time for Evan Blake to get his retribution and get that title that he so deserves. What is this that Ghost is going for? Oh, he's going for the... Oh, he was going for the rear wrist lock clothesline, but Evan Blake able to catch the arm and make a little distance, create a little distance. Oh, Evan Blake with the spear. Both men going through the table, and this is the opportunity that Evan Blake has been waiting for in this matchup. Blake has taken most of the damage in this match thus far, but that spear may be the difference maker. They just have to get back into the ring, and even if they do, they have to get that referee conscious again, back in the ring, able to count the pinfall or the submission. Evan Blake is setting something up. He's got those chairs. He's making some sort of a makeshift table. This is a lot like these men's first encounter, where Ghost suplexed him through one of those makeshift tables. Very similar to their last interaction, as Ghost gets the jump on him, grinds the face of Evan Blake. Where is he taking him? He's setting Evan Blake up for something. Ghost with the Russian leg sweep down onto the table. That's gotta hurt the lumbar region of Evan Blake. Oh, you see the anguish on his face. There has been so much carnage. These men have been hit with tables, chairs. They have gone through tables. It's truly an amazing display of trauma and creativity where these guys have to think of all new ways that they can hurt each other to keep the other guy down. This is a true rivalry, a true display of two guys who really just hate each other's guts. And if it takes the death of NLBW to put it to an end, this is the best way for it to play out. Evan Blake's making his way back to his feet. He's ready to continue the fight, throwing pieces of wood, maybe gaining an opening here.
Nobody buries me.
Evan Blake with that vicious running knee strike. Tumbling over goes Ghost. Look at Jay Genocide. I hope he's enjoying this. He's gotta be. The two men he could be facing in the finals of the tournament, beating the crap out of each other, only improving his chances in the final round. Hang on one second. So we have a quick update for you on the status of Nick Partisan. We have found him laid out on his way to the NLBW ring site. I'm usually not one to speculate on this sort of thing, but we do have two of the usual suspects out here in Ghost and Jay Genocide, but we will try to keep you updated, and we're going to go get Nick Partisan some help while we continue this matchup. We've checked over on the other side of the ring, and the referee is stirring a little bit. We have some signs of life, and he may become a factor in this match now. These guys better keep their heads on a swivel. We do not want to see this match end in a disqualification. He's just treating him like a rag doll at this point, throwing him around like he's nothing. Are they going to make their way back to the ring? Here's that Ghost might have an idea. Ghost getting his face pushed into that ring post. What has Evan Blake got in mind here? Driving the face of Ghost into that turnbuckle. Going around and getting him in a sleeper hold. If you can't breathe, you can't fight. So that's probably a good... Oh, Ghost raking the eyes of Evan Blake, able to continuously create distance every time Evan Blake gains some sort of advantage in this matchup. Both men going up there, exchanging blows as they make their way up the ropes. Both men getting groggy any second now. This could bring the end of the matchup. Evan Blake standing on the second rope, raining down on Ghost.
Come on. I'm gonna kill you. But first I want to see your face. I want to know who you are.
Are we about to see? Who is it? I can't. That's Brendan the Bullet. That is Evan Blake's best friend, Brendan the Bullet. Taking Evan Blake by the throat and dropping him and himself through tables. What the fuck is going on? This can't be. Evan Blake and Brendan the Bullet have been close since the beginning, since long before NLBW. These guys have been... This is absolutely ridiculous. Jay Genocide looking over the carnage. Brendan the Bullet was supposed to be watching Evan Blake's back tonight, but instead he was kicking the crap out of him all night. It makes me wonder, why would he do this? Why would Brendan the Bullet go so far to screw Evan Blake, his so-called friend, over and over and over again? Was this his way of getting to the title? What motivation could Brendan possibly have to do this to his best friend? Just why? Brendan the Bullet spitting out blood. These two have put each other through hell. And Evan had no idea. Look at the eyes of Evan Blake. Before I commented that they had nothing behind them, but now you could only imagine what he could be thinking right now. The referee has made his way back into the ring. He's stirring a little. He's trying to get back up, get back into the picture and bring some order to this match. Brandon's bringing it back into the ring as well. Maybe he's ready to put Evan Blake away.
You really want to know why? It's pretty plain to see. You're supposed to be the face
Jeez.
of NLBW, huh? Huh? When was the last time you won, huh?
Stop
That's
this,
right.
Brandon.
Never.
Somebody has to do something about this. This has gone way too far. The referee stepping in between, trying to regain a little bit of order in this match. This is not a no disqualification match, despite what the early portions of this match may have led you to believe. But the referee also doesn't want to call a disqualification, especially in a match that could easily determine who our next champion is going to be. I'm all for leniency, especially in a match of this importance, but please, somebody get out there and help Evan Blake. He needs assistance right
You're
now.
nothing, Evan Blake.
Brendan the Bullet is just tearing him apart.
I came to help you.
Brandon going
When that guy attacked you. What
for
happened when he did
a
to
move
me?
we have seen
You were
in the
nowhere.
past.
You were nowhere.
Going for his knee DT. Brandon is just picking Evan Blake apart. If he's able to lock that in better, Evan Blake is going to be out. Perhaps not able to get all of that, moving on to a different strategy.
You deserve nothing.
Oh, he's just toying with him. Insult to injury here.
The only person in this company that deserves anything.
What's Brandon going to
that
set
belt
up here?
Is me. Definitely not you.
Brandon
Over there.
setting Evan up on the ropes. Oh, that kick to the side. That's gotta hurt. And Brandon nailing Evan Blake with that running knee. Somebody please do something about this. This can't go on. Evan is just getting the crap kicked out of him. He needs help. Brandon, you've made your point. If you're going to end this match, just end it now.
Look at this. So pathetic.
Brandon with a total show of disrespect. Evan Blake wildly kicking out of that one. Evan Blake is not ready to give up yet. But I don't know how much he's got left in him at this point. Even if he were to manage to beat Brandon the Bullet, Jay Genocide is waiting in the wings. Brandon with that stinger splash. Just throwing Evan corner to corner. Don't do it. Don't do it, Brandon. Brandon the Bullet with another running knee to Evan Blake. Oh, he's just hanging over the bottom rope. He's unresponsive at this point. It's the ref's duty to do something about this. He's checking on him. If Evan Blake is responsive, you can let him keep going, but I would end this match right now.
Yeah, look at that.
Evan, just stay down. There comes a point where you gotta live to fight another day. The knees to the head, they just keep coming, and trust me, those are gonna add up over time. Evan, you have to get out of there. Strangling him on the bottom rope. Ref stepping in as he should. At this point, he cannot allow any more leniency with Evan Blake in the condition that he is.
Important to me. Get up.
Brandon attempting to pull this back into the ring.
Get up. Huh?
Evan Blake, we have both men bleeding from the mouth at this point. Best case scenario, he just bit his cheek a little bit. Worst case scenario, that's internal bleeding. This is too much. Brandon dropping him with another DDT. Evan Blake's head has got to be ringing at this point. Brandon showing no enthusiasm for putting Evan Blake away. Brandon, if you have any good left in you, please just end this. He once again goes for that rear wrist lock lariat and nails it this time. Oh, Evan. Oh, God, look at his mouth. He is bleeding out of the mouth. The guy is coughing up blood. He is not going to be okay. He needs help. I cannot emphasize this enough. This has gone way too far. Brandon setting Blake up in the corner, perhaps going for another stinger splash like he did previously. And he nails it. And he nails him once again with another running knee to the face. Evan Blake. The referee is getting down there, down and dirty, checking on him to make sure that Evan Blake is going to be okay. But at this point, what can you do for the guy? He has no quit in him. It all just ends when Brandon decides he wants to end it. And for Evan's sake, I hope it doesn't go much
Looks like I am
longer.
fighting in the next round.
Brandon's got him in the corner again, now bringing him back to the middle of the ring. Now he's leaning him up against the ropes. Maybe he's going for some of those chops. Sick chop to the chest of Evan Blake. Brandon, haven't you done enough? Hasn't Evan suffered enough? Has he hurt you that badly? I would not wish this kind of pain upon my worst enemy. Brandon looking to maybe put him away with that choke slam. Evan Blake coming back, getting him up on the shoulders. Oh my God. Evan Blake dropping him with the stunner gun, going for the pinfall. Oh my God, he's got it. And it is over. Evan Blake did it. Evan Blake, after all of that, he wins and he is going to the finals to face Jay Genocide for the NLBW Championship. It's really hard to put into words what we just saw here. I am so saddened and sorry to see this happen to Brandon the Bullet, but I am overjoyed to see Evan Blake get this big win that he has deserved for so long. Oh shit. Jay Genocide is right there. And this match is happening whether Evan Blake is ready or not. Jay Genocide hasn't taken any damage. Nick Partisan, who he was supposed to face, was laid out in the parking area on the way to the ring. And I can only imagine who would do such a thing. We all know who has the most to benefit from such a thing, though, and that is Jay Genocide. Brandon the Bullet is back to his feet. Oh my... Brandon, it's over. The match is done. Let it be. Brandon not letting up on Evan Blake. He's taken so much punishment. Does he really need more? Was this ever about the championship, Brandon? Did the championship ever matter? Or are you just trying to deprive Evan Blake of what he has worked so hard for? Oh, the blood coming out of the mouth of Evan Blake. Brandon the Bullet not letting up on him. This match has to happen. And the more Brandon does, the more it stacks the deck against Evan Blake here. Setting up for the... Oh, going for a rear wrist lock knee to the jaw of Evan Blake. The already vulnerable jaw of Evan Blake. How is Evan Blake expected to compete in another match after what he has just experienced? We have to get some help out here. We need to do something. The ref is being attended to by medical personnel. But he's got to come back there. He's got to get back out there and he's got to do it. This has got to be one of the greatest travesties I have ever witnessed. This was a mugging. This is the stealing of a man's dream. Evan Blake has to at least get back up to his feet. If he's not able to get up to his feet, we are not going to be able to start this match. So the referee's got to get him standing, or else he's going to have to forfeit. It's hardly fair that Evan Blake had to go second and Jay Genocide didn't have to fight at all. Referee raising up the NLBW Championship, showing it to the competitors, both of them appearing as ready as they're going to be. Jay Genocide not sweating Evan Blake, hitting him with that clothesline right out the gate, attacking Evan Blake in the corner. I have used the term miscarriage of justice in the past, but none quite trumps what I am seeing right now. Oh, the boot right in the throat of Evan Blake.
You're gonna try to stop me from getting that? Really, huh?
Jay Genocide is absolutely relentless. The killer clown never stops. Dropping him with that side effect familiar to Evan Blake. These two faced each other in the first ever NLBW main event at Unrestricted last year. But now they're going to be facing each other one more time. And it's under these circumstances that Evan Blake gets his rematch. This is bullshit. This is absolute, total, utter, complete bullshit. Oh, double clothesline. Evan Blake showing some signs of life. Maybe he'll actually be able to pull this one off. The next man to make his way to... Oh, Jay Genocide unfazed by it.
Yeah.
Evan Blake strikes. It's easy for these strikes to bounce off of a guy when you're as tired as you've ever been. You've been through a grueling matchup. These strikes are not doing anything to Jay Genocide. Jay Genocide is fresh. Evan Blake is as far from fresh as he has ever been in his life. Quite frankly, Evan Blake might not have the strength to inflict damage on Jay Genocide at this point. Oh, almost dropping him with the code breaker. Evan Blake able to scout it, going perhaps to the top rope if he's able to drag himself up there. We've seen something like this in the past, very reminiscent of their first encounter. Evan Blake going for it with that diving side kick, actually nailing it on Jay Genocide. This may be his opportunity to put the guy away. Getting him up on his shoulders, going for the stunner. Oh, Jay Genocide able to get free. A little bit of confusion, and a code breaker, the double knees to the face of Evan Blake. And it is over, everybody. I can't believe it. After everything that has happened, this is the way we go out. After everything that has happened, everything that Evan Blake did, after everything he overcame, this is our first NLBW championship victory. Patar Fire Breather celebrating with his friend Jay Genocide. Just look at this ridiculous display, this atrocity.
Going to proving grounds with gold, motherfucker. Fuck yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fate of the NLBW Championship. Our first ever champion, Jay Genocide.
So, one and only champion, huh? What's the point? What's the point of having something if you can't even defend it? So I'm taking this. You see this right here? Yeah. Beautiful. I'm taking this to proving ground to prove that I can become a champion.
You've heard it, people. That belt is going to Proving Ground. You can follow them. Check out the link in our description box below where you can go and subscribe to them and follow them. And hopefully over there will be greater opportunities for everyone. Thank you for following NLBW. Goodbye.